All right, guys, this is stage 4 at the Tiger Valley 2-man match, and this is the obstacle course.
The obstacle course, and it's a very intimidating looking thing.
I'm stoked.
You start in a hula hoop. They love hula hoops here. I guess it's all part of the fun and fantasy. And then there's a 7 foot? It's taller than 6. Might be 8.
I think it's 8.
8 foot tall chain link fence.
Nice and wobbly.
It is wobbly. And then you're supposed to go on the buzzer. You go over that.
Well, so the general layout of the whole stage is you have sequences of go over the wall or obstacle, and then shoot 5 rounds through a tube at a target.
And the other shooter cannot go over the other obstacle until the first hit's been scored by the shooter shooting.
Basically, you can only move over obstacles while under covering fire.
And there's a tube. You have to fire through the tube, right. And there's a mini IPSC at about 100 something, 125 yards.
They're not very difficult shots.
They're not, but they're difficult enough that you want to make sure you get far enough back on the hill that you can actually shoot through the tube.
Right.
And the obstacles are really the belle of the ball.
Oh yeah.
So you start off, you go over a chain link fence, somebody's shooting. The next guy goes over a 4-foot wall. That guy's shooting. The other guy goes over the 4-foot wall, and while that guy's shooting, the guy that just went over the 4-foot wall goes over this weird, pipe thing.
Yeah, it's basically a big ladder frame where the rungs are 2 feet apart.
Up and over, carrying a rifle the whole way.
Yeah, all your stuff.
That guy goes over the pipe thing. He starts shooting, and the guy that was shooting goes over the pipe thing, and then he goes through a window prop.
No, the next one's a 6-foot wall.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was a 6-foot wall.
That's going to be a difficult one,
and
potentially.
Then you both go over that 6-foot wall at some point. Then the next guy's shooting, and then there's a window prop or a roof prop. Anyways, then they're shooting, and it's this leapfrog. And so you have the chain link fence, the 4-foot wall, pipe wall, which is like 10 feet high.
8 or 10.
8 or 10. Then you have a 6-foot wall.
And then you have a roof prop, and then you have a window prop.
And then you've got this thing called an Irish table. You go up a ladder to the top and then down a ladder.
Yeah, up onto an 8-foot tall shooting stand and then down the side of it.
Ultimately, you run to this helicopter prop on springs.
Which is so cool. It's a fake helicopter body with struts, and then the whole thing is mounted on 4 springs. So if you jump onto that thing, it's like
super wibbly wobbly. And then they have full-size IPSC IDPA targets as opposed to minis. And each of you has to get 1 hit on those.
Yep.
Then you have to run all the way the length of the obstacle course to where you started. You have to do the whole thing in 5 minutes.
Our time is 5.
5 minutes.
Think we can do it?
We're going to find out.
All right, let's find out.
I think that obstacle course looks... after doing the ladder, whoop-a-doop, I'm not too looking forward to walls. But let's go see what happens.
I'm stoked. Let's do it.
Yep.
Start. Go. Give me 5 wide. 5 wide. 5 wide. 5 on the white.
Help me.
Hell yeah!
Off-rim.
Now what?
Come through. Come on. Five blue. Five red. aircraft. Go! Four, 1, 5. Yeah.
So we have completed the obstacle course. These what would stone? The hell
That's
is
not
this?
a what would stoner. I think that's heavier than a stoner rifle.
The what would stoner rifles are so awesome, quite honestly, that when you're shooting them, the match is more about the obstacle course and the challenge than the rifle. The rifle disappears.
Yeah, which is perfect. That's what it should be. The rifle does its job, and you don't notice anything impeding you from it.
We've had no malfunctions whatsoever.
No.
We also have never cleaned these since the beginning of this What Would Stoner Doing project.
I have actually, mine is starting to be a little sluggish, chambering the top round.
We'll
on
put a
the
little
magazine.
oil in it.
Yeah.
The only thing
But
we've
that's
done,
it.
the only thing we've done with these What Would Stoner Do rifles is occasionally add lube.
Yeah,
Got
I
some?
actually haven't done that.
Well, we will add a little to yours.
It's time to,
But
yeah.
we've not cleaned them. We haven't cleaned the chamber. We haven't cleaned the barrel. We haven't cleaned anything. So we're doing that as an indication of how reliable this can be.
Yeah, and now we're dragging these things through the dirt, through the Cooper tunnel last stage.
Oh yeah, I even dug a core sample with my muzzle earlier.
Yeah.
So we went to the obstacle course over the chain link. You went fast, as you can imagine, but I made it.
Yep.
Then you were shooting. I went over the 4-foot wall. That's nothing. And then I was shooting, and then and then we get to whatever the next one was. That
The
was
6-foot wall was the first real challenge.
We had planned this out, and I honestly, you may or may not agree in the audience, I think I could have made it over that because I've been practicing a little bit. But the reality is you got done shooting fast enough that we were both at one moment of static.
Right.
And instead of trying to make it and failing, I'm like, you know what, just give me a knee.
Because the thing is, you need to get over and start shooting.
Correct.
So that I can go.
Any
farther
second
over the
I
next
went,
obstacle.
oop, and then made a slip or whatever. By the way, going over a 6-foot wall is one thing. Going over a 6-foot wall with your rifle on your back and a load-bearing vest and a battle belt is another thing.
It is very much different.
There's some super fit guys here we watched try to do it, and they got caught on the wall on their gear.
Yeah.
It is not just a 6-foot wall challenge, it's plus gear.
You know what else helps though?
What?
Every pound less in rifle
Oh yeah.
is a pound easier to get over all that
Absolutely true fact. So, since we got right at that one static moment, give me your knee, because
Yep.
why bother with trying to like mess up?
stuff. And we planned out how we were going to do that.
You gave me a knee, which is, by the way, this is again a buddy event.
Yep.
You gave me a knee, hopefully I didn't hurt you. I stepped on the meaty part, boop, over, no problem. Then you went over, of course, no problem. Then I started shooting, and then you went over the next barricade. I don't even remember what
The
it
rest
was.
of the barricades were all
Oh,
easy.
there was an 8-foot wall. You had to go up a ladder, but
Easy.
those were not a problem. And then we just leapfrogged. We got to the helicopter. I was shooting the last position, so you got to the helicopter before me.
Right.
We both got in there. We both go bing bing. We both hit.
Yep.
Clear the gun, and we booked it on back, and we made it in 4:13.
413.
So we were, 4:13 is not 5. We made it under par, and we did actually. That's a reasonable score.
Yeah.
There was some of the AMU team. Actually, there's a lot of the AMU team here. We heard one of the AMU units do it in 3:30.
There were a bunch of, at least a couple of 3 and change scores.
When you see these AMU guys, they're go-getters. There's no doubt about it. So to be in their scoring realm on a stage like this, I'm
Awesome.
happy.
I would be thrilled to lose to the Texas AMU.
Any day you go to a match and you lose to an AMU unit, you're like, or to an Army marksmanship unit, that is a good day.
Yeah.
So, anyways, this match is living up to everything I said it would.
It's awesome.
It really is. The fact that this died for a couple of years and had to come back under coercion, under in-range coercion, is a sad state of affairs. Because not every match should be this, but this
There needs to be one.
This needs to exist.
Yeah.
And this is what I want to see matches be, or at least some of them.
This is fantastic.
We've got 3 more tomorrow, not 4.
Yeah, which makes me kind of worried about how brutal are if there's only 3 in one day. Oy.
I don't know what we got coming tomorrow. So
I'm excited, though.
Today's the 4. We've done our 4. Then tomorrow we do our 3, and then we'll find out more. But right now we're going to clean up, get some cool photos with the AMU.
Yep.
And then we're going to head off for some barbecue.
Yeah,
and
there's a whole bunch of people who came here because they saw the match on InRange, and so we're going to go have a gigantic group barbecue.
It's consistently astonishing me to come to an event like this, and it's really honorable. It's an honor. It's an honor.
awesome.
It's an honor to hear AMU guys and others be like, "Man, we came here because we heard about it on InRange."
Yeah.
That's another level of not just awesome support from our Patreon supporters, but that's an awesome level of community support.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. It feels good.
You guys are awesome.
No,
you guys are out there watching this now. And
I'm serious. Like this thing is cool because I don't want to call it a movement because that's ridiculous, but we're building a community around this channel and Forgotten Weapons as well that is, I think, unique and awesome. And when you're here seeing this, it's just evidence of that.
Yeah.
I'm just stoked, absolutely stoked. So we did well today. We had no dumpster fires.
None. One little hiccup. That's it.
This match is more about shooting clean than it is shooting fast.
Yeah.
So we got those 3 tomorrow, and stay tuned.